Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do one of those videos that I love watching personally. I got super inspired by Maria Leonard, or Leonard, I don't know really how to say her name, I'm sorry, but she's such an awesome YouTuber. She made a video that is called Makeup Products Not Worth the Hype, Totally Worth the Hype, and Not Getting Enough Hype. So basically I'm going to talk about products that I think are totally worth the hype, products that I just did not like that was very hyped up, and also products that I don't think get enough hype. Ever since I saw her video, I was just like, I need to do a video like this, and I was so inspired. So if you think this sounds interesting, then just keep on watching. So I think I want to start with products that I think are worth the hype. So the first one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This has been talked about for years, and especially now because everyone wants like a full face, I feel like. So this is perfect for a full face. This just gives you flawless coverage. I don't think it feels too heavy on the skin. It lasts for so long. It is one of my all-time favorite foundations ever. This is my favorite when I want a full coverage. I think this is worth the money, and I just absolutely love it. So then for a product that is just so popular and I absolutely love it, this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this specific one is in Champagne Pop, and I think this is the most famous one. And this highlighter is so incredible. I love this so much. They also have some other very popular colors like Opal and Moonstone, I think it's called Moonstone, yeah. Those are also very popular, but I think this is the one that got the most hype, and this is one that Jaclyn Hill, a YouTuber here on YouTube, if you haven't heard about her, are you living under a rock? Jaclyn Hill killed it with this highlighter. This is my favorite YouTuber collab that I've ever seen, together with the Manny MUA palette with Makeup Geek. But this highlighter is just out of this world beautiful. It is, I think this is actually my favorite highlighter. So this is so worth the hype, and I totally love this one. So the next product is definitely like a YouTube product, and I think if you don't watch YouTube, you haven't heard about this brand, but if you watch any makeup tutorials on YouTube, you have heard about this brand, and this is Morphe. I think they're called Morphe brushes, but they have makeup as well. So these are more like, I don't know, cheap palettes, kind of like Coastal Scents and those types of like eyeshadow palettes. They kind of feel like that, but I feel like the quality on these are so much better, and this specific palette called 350 is so famous here on YouTube. It was ridiculous how much this one got talked about, but when I got this myself, I totally understood the hype about it, and I'm not like affiliated with Morphe. I know so many people talk about it because they're affiliated with them, but I honestly love this palette. I can't speak for any other product from Morphe because I've not tried any other product, but this palette is my dream palette. This is honestly my dream palette. It is so good. The quality is absolutely incredible, and I think this is definitely worth the hype, and this one for sure got a hype. So the next product that I want to talk about that I think is totally worth the hype, and this is the Sleek Highlight Palette in Solstice. This just blew up on YouTube, and everyone talked about this one and how amazing it was. I mostly use this color, which is the peachy one, and I also sometimes use the light yellow one. I don't really use the cream one too often, but the cream one is beautiful. I just forget to use it. But this highlight palette is so worth the hype. It's not expensive at all, so you should definitely go and pick one up if you haven't tried it. So the next product is probably one, I think the most hyped up product this year, like everywhere, not only on YouTube but everywhere, and it is the Kylie lip kits. These lip kits just took over this world. Like everyone wanted to try these lip kits, and they are honestly incredible. And if you want a really good liquid lipstick, you should try these Kylie lip kits because they are honestly worth it. So if you didn't know, the Kylie lip kits comes with a liquid lipstick and a lip liner. The lip liners are phenomenal. They are absolutely amazing. So creamy, so easy to put on. They stay on for a long time. I love them. And the liquid lipsticks are absolutely incredible. One of the best liquid lipsticks I have ever used. They are definitely on my top 3 list. I think it is amazing. She absolutely killed it with these lip kits. and I'm really interested in trying more from Kylie Cosmetics. If you have any suggestions for other products from Kylie, let me know, because I've only tried the lip kits. And I have the Malibu, Dulce K, Candy K, and Cocoa K. And I love them all. So now I want to move on to the products that I don't really think are worth the hype. These are very popular products that just didn't work out for me, but clearly they worked for other people. So I'm not saying that these are horrible products that does not work for anyone, because they do work for other people, but for me they didn't work. So the first thing that I want to start out with is actually the newest one of these, and I was really just disappointed with this concealer, and I had really high hopes for it. And this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I'm not saying this is terrible, because it's not terrible at all. But I tried this underneath my eye, and I don't think I've ever seen my under eye so dry, ever. So I just think this is a little bit too dry. But if you like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer underneath your eyes, I don't like that underneath my eyes. But if you like that underneath your eyes, you might like this one. But for me, it's way too dry. So this is just one of those pretty dry concealers, and I wish I bought it in a darker color, because it could probably be good for using it on blemishes, because it has very high coverage. I just kind of regret that I didn't buy it in darker colors so I can use it on blemishes, but I might try it for that sometime. But underneath the eyes, this one did not work for me. But I did get the white color, and I have like that one just to highlight the face, just to use that on specific areas, and I think it looks really pretty. But to use it as a under eye concealer, not the biggest fan. Then, speaking of another under eye product, this is the really famous BareMinerals Well Rested Under Eye Powder. I just do not understand the hype about this one, like, at all. I don't get what it is about it that people love so much, because for me, it's just like, does nothing. It looks a little bit dry and cakey underneath my eyes. On my skin tone, it doesn't really light up or anything like that either. This just didn't work for what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a great like setting powder to use like on top of concealer, and it didn't work as that. And I also tried to use it as a concealer, and I wasn't the biggest fan. So this was just like a fail for me. So the next product that I just was kind of disappointed with, and this is definitely one of the most talked about product here on YouTube, and it is the Laura Mercier Transparent Loose Powder. What is it called? Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. And I just had super high hopes for it, because almost every YouTuber that I watch swear by this powder and said it is like the best powder ever. And I just had some trouble with this one because it looked so dry on my skin. And especially to bake with it, it just looked so dry underneath my eyes. It looked horrible because it just kind of sunk into my pores and looked so dry, and it was just a nightmare. And I know I have talked about this powder before, and I know it seems like I absolutely hate this, and I did absolutely hate it, but I have found a way to use this powder, and it is to use it with a beauty blender and just like press it underneath the eyes, and kind of like how you bake but not let the powder sit underneath your eyes. So if you have the same problem with this one, that it looks so dry and awful underneath the eyes, just try to press it on underneath the eyes and not let it sit underneath the eyes. And I really do like it for that, and I use it for that pretty often. But using it as an all-over face powder, it doesn't really work for like oil control for me. I get oily like 2 hours after I use this. And also baking with this powder is not my favorite thing. For me, I just didn't like this powder. I know I offend a lot of people when I say this, but I just don't like it. And the next product is a bronzer, and this is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I just bought the Milk Chocolate Soleil, and I really like that one, but the original Chocolate Soleil bronzer is just a weird bronzer. The one that I have, at least, is really powdery, very powdery, and the tone of it is just really strange because in one way it's really orange, but then at the same time it is kind of cool tone. It's just like a weird color. There's just something about it that I don't like, and I feel like it looks super patchy on my skin as well. It always looks super patchy right here with my hairline, and I just don't like the color on my skin tone. Some people, I do know that it works, but for me it just does not work. And there it fell all over the floor. And it probably broke. The last product that I just don't get the hype about is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil. I have only one color, and this is in the color Whiskey. What is the hype about this one? Like when you swatch it, it is like creamy and nice. They're really, really soft. I just don't feel like it stays on my waterline whatsoever. It just like glides off right after I've put it on. It does not stay at all on my waterline. I don't know, I just don't like these liners, and I have tried them in other colors as well, and I just don't think they're good, and I just don't think they're worth the hype. Last category is products that I think should get more hype, and this is probably my favorite category because I'm so obsessed with these products. These are seriously one of my top favorite products, and I cannot wait to talk about them. The first one is a concealer that is the best concealer I've ever used, and it is the BareMinerals Bareskin Concealer. I just don't understand how not more people talk about this one, because this is honestly the best concealer I've ever used. It is so hydrating and has great coverage, stays on the skin so well. I love the color. I absolutely love the applicator. You get so much product. This is just a dream concealer. This is how I wish every concealer was. This is just like the perfect concealer. There's nothing negative to say about this concealer. It's just the best and the prettiest. I can use it underneath my eyes. I can use it on blemishes. It is just the best concealer on the market, in my opinion. I love it. The next product I've also talked about in my videos, and you guys know that I love this, but I just wish more people talked about it, and it is the Sensai Translucent Powder. I think it's just called Loose Powder in Translucent. And this is how this powder looks like. I think this one is amazing to bake with. I've never had any problems when I bake with this one. It just looks so flawless and airbrushed underneath the eyes. I also love to set my whole face with this one because this one keeps my skin matte and beautiful, and I just love it. It is just my favorite baking powder I've ever used. So the next product is also one of my favorites. This is the NYX Strobe of Genius Highlight Palette. This is such a beautiful highlight palette. I absolutely love this highlight palette. It is honestly perfect. I have it on my skin today, and as you can see, it's super duper intense, and I used this color today. This is probably my favorite color in the palette. It is a beautiful light gold color with a little bit of champagne in it. It is amazing. So this color is my favorite. Also really like this one if I'm a little bit lighter. Then this one is also pretty if you're more of a medium skin or darker. And I love that these are the biggest colors because these are the prettiest in my opinion. But I like that you get those like pops of other colors. So if you want your highlight a little bit more gold, you can mix in this gold one. And you can also mix in this like light pink one with the other ones. Or you can of course use it on your own. And this light lavender is really, really pretty. You can mix that one or just use it on its own. And this really, really pretty rosy tan color is beautiful as a blush. I love it as a blush. And this is just such a good highlight palette. This highlight palette is so, so great, and it deserves so much more hype. So the next product is my new obsession. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Liners. So Charlotte Tilbury is like quickly become a very famous brand, but I don't feel like too many people talk about their lip liners, and their lip liners are honestly the best lip liners I have ever used. Like, I love these. I also love the Kylie Cosmetics lip liners. I also like the Urban Decay liners. I think those are my favorite. But this one is just, I just like these more than those. And these two colors are perfect, and I feel like these are like the only two colors that you will need because they just fit every lip color. So the first one is called Iconic Nude, and this is like the darker one. This is kind of like Whirl from MAC. I don't really like MAC lip liners too much. I think they're really dry. But this one is like super waxy and creamy and amazing, and you can really overline with this. They're really awesome, and they're the best lip liners I've ever used, and they're just incredible. And then the last product that I think deserves more hype is the INGLOT Pigments. These, I just don't feel like anyone talk about this, and I don't feel like INGLOT get talked about too much. I feel like the only product that people talk about is their gel liner, and that gel liner is really, really great, but these pigments are out of this world beautiful. I have 3 colors, and I just want all of the colors. So this one is called 81, and it is a cross between gold and burgundy. So in some lights it's like completely gold, and in some lights like it's like a true burgundy. So this is really cool, like duochrome color. I don't know really what picks up on the camera, like what color it looks like. You can see here it looks really burgundy. Like here it looks really gold. Do you see that? And this next color is called 85 and it is so pretty. This is also one of those duochrome. In some light it looks purple, in some light it looks green. It does remind me of the blue brown pigment from MAC and the Insomnia, I think it's called, from Makeup Geek. But I just love this one from INGLOT and it's so cool and it's like a true duochrome. Like it definitely looks like purple in some lights and some lights it looks like green. It's so cool. I love colors like this. And this last one is probably my favorite. This is 63. This is the prettiest copper color in the world. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it is like the most foiled, intense eyeshadow I've ever used. But just look at these colors. I just love these and I just think that they should get some more hype. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked this video, and it is a little bit different here on my channel, but I hope you guys liked it. I love making videos like this and I would love to make more videos like this, like talking about like kind of like dupes and more like products that I like, products that I just don't think is worth the hype. I just love talking about makeup, like get it together, like everyone knows that. This is like my passion and my hobby and I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye guys!